This is the Week 4 matchup of the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. Brought to you by Fantasy Football Time. Follow us at Fantasy FB Time on all social media platforms. Welcome to Week 3, Chiefs and Charger fans. 2 winning records, 1 undefeated going into the Week 4 matchup. Looking back last week, Chiefs survive Atlanta. Patrick Mahomes gets 18 fantasy points with 2 scores and 1 interception. No Pacheco last week. Carson Steele fills in with 72 gutty yards. Samaje Perine splits the backfield with only about 50 yards, maybe less. Rashee Rice, 23 points, busts out with 110 yards and a score. Travis Kelce, paging Dr. Kelce, where are you? Only 4 catches for 30 yards. That's not the Kelce we know. Xavier Worthy, only 4 points. He certainly has cooled down from that first week. Surprise, surprise, JuJu Smith-Schuster comes in with a touchdown from 2 catches. Chargers lose at Pittsburgh. Justin Herbert he gets dinged up in this one. 10 points on 14 forecasted with 125 and a score. Dobbins also cools down with only 50 yards. And no one else really produced for a fantasy standpoint. Kansas City is going to bring Patrick back to the Chargers defense, who is the 10th best defense against the pass. Only 2 touchdowns allowed so far. No Pacheco still. Steele and Samaje Perine split the backfield with 8 points forecasted each. They have now not allowed any touchdowns to running backs, but Kareem Hunt going to be in the mix. Only 4 points forecasted, but keep an eye on him. Rashee Rice, 14 fantasy points with a solid projection. Kelce is 9 forecasted, very optimistic. He's not done so much, but you can't not play Kelce. The only bright spot here is that the Chargers are one of the bottom half teams against the tight end. Xavier Worthy is forecasted at 7, probably appropriate. Certainly we know that he has touchdown potential. Chargers defense did a really good job holding Vegas to 10, Carolina to 3, Pittsburgh to 20. They get 8 sacks in total, 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. Pretty good stats, all things considered. Chargers will see if they can play Herbert. He is questionable at the moment. 16 fantasy points forecasted if he plays against the Kansas City defense, who allows the 8th most passing yards so far this season, which is actually a pretty surprising stat. We know that the Chiefs' defense is pretty good, but good news is that Herbert does look like he's going to start unless there's any setbacks in practice. J.K. Dobbins, 10 points forecasted against the 4th fewest yards per carry, so it's going to be a tough game for him. Everyone else, 7 points or less, so not a great fantasy forecast for the Chargers. The Chiefs' defense has held Baltimore to 20, Cincinnati to 25, and Atlanta to 17, with 6 sacks, a pick, 2 fumbles, and then they scored a touchdown against Cincinnati. Thanks so much for watching. Follow and subscribe at Fantasy FB Time. Welcome to Week 4. God bless.